Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. So today we're taking a look at the VSeeBox V3 Pro. So this once again is another Android TV box, and first thing we'll do is just list all of this spec on screen so you can take a look at what you actually get. So a couple of things to note is, firstly, this box is actually faster on Wi-Fi than it is over Ethernet. So during my testing I did actually have it hardwired via Ethernet, but I would actually recommend that you just use this over Wi-Fi and you'll actually get better speeds. Obviously it won't probably be as stable as a wired Ethernet. The wired Ethernet was fast enough in order to do everything that you would normally want to do with the box, but if you after just core speed, then you're better off over Wi-Fi. The other thing to note is that it does have a HDMI 2.1 port, and it does come with everything that you need in the box as well. So let's take a look at what you do actually get. So firstly, you get the box, and it's relatively small, similar to a lot of the other Android TV boxes. Here you can see all the ports on the back. So I've got them all listed, so if you want to, you can pause it and take a look at that. With all the ports being on the back, it does mean that you don't really have much on the sides or on the front, and just makes for a cleaner look. The rest of the things that you get in the box is the remote, the power cord, which unfortunately only comes as the US spec, and then you also get the HDMI cable. Taking a look at the actual remote itself, this is probably one of my more favored remotes out of all the boxes that I've tested. It's laid out very nicely. It's got a reasonable feel to it. It doesn't feel cheap, and even the mouse pointer on this is quick, unlike somewhere you have to keep clicking or you have to hold for a long time. The actual mouse function on this, which I didn't have to actually use too much thanks to the actual layout of the software, but yeah, that worked really well. As I say, it does come with the HDMI in the box as well as the power cord. I didn't actually use this one because I do have a 3-pin UK plug, but it's 5V 2 amp, and obviously if it is suitable for your region, then you can make use of it. You'd also get that instruction manual in the box, and I didn't have to use this, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys won't have to use this either. I'll guide you through everything in terms of setting the box up a little later on in the video. Anyway, taking another look at the actual box itself. So as you can see, it's a nice small form factor, and on the front you do have some little display and LEDs just giving you some information in terms of what's playing and also the status of it, so whether it's on or off. And on the back here you can have a better look, and one thing that they did do with this one is the TF card's actually on the back as well, and then you have your 2 USB ports and Ethernet port there as well. You also have the AV out and the 5V 2 amp import for the actual power, so quite compact on the back, which means that you probably have more venting on the sides as opposed to some of the other boxes. So in terms of the package, obviously not much to it, not a lot needed to get this fully set up. Okay, so take a look at the initial first setup, and this is your boot up animation. Nice little animation that they've got custom made just there, and it does go straight into a sort of customized Android TV setup, and this straight away you'll be able to notice is very smooth. Now one thing I did like is straight away it prompts you to pair the actual remote, so you'll get paired via Bluetooth, so it won't interfere with any of your other IR devices, which is nice. Switching through all of these screens, now I have cut out a few frames because it gives this thing during the screen recording where it inserts a black frame, and that causes a problem when I'm exporting the video. But this whole menu and the whole box in general is very smooth. So the actual interface, the sort of, if it's got a sort of Apple feel to it, an Apple-esque feel in terms of how smooth it is. So in terms of the operating software and the system chip and everything like that, it's doing a pretty good job in terms of how it actually handles all of that. Very simple to set up, as you can see, and it takes you straight into the home screen. Along the top you have your apps section, and any apps that you install will pop up there, and you can move them about quite easily as well. In the middle you have your included sort of premium apps, and to load these you literally just click on them and they will install. None of these come preloaded, the box is empty as it comes, and then you have to click on them to actually install them. Now on YouTube I'm not going to be doing an in-depth look at any of these apps because YouTube has been taking down quite a lot of my videos for community strikes. So I mean, you guys can probably guess what these apps are for just by the name. So Heat Live, Heat VOD, the Heat Ultra, which is a slightly different one, and then you also have the playback, and the playback app on this one is probably the most useful out of all the boxes I've tested because it does actually give you like full listing, and then the ones that have the 7-day catch-up shows a little icon, whereas a lot of the other boxes, what they do is they just give you a generic 99 channel list, and that's all you get to choose from. And even then, they don't always work either. The VOD Ultra, I believe, is slightly different, where it will have higher quality listings. So it'll have some in full HD, it'll have some possibly even in 4K. I didn't see many, but I didn't really delve too deep into this for this section of the video because, as I say, YouTube will take the video down. I will also have a more in-depth video for my Rumble channel, so if you're interested in more in-depth look at these apps, then take a look at the link in the description below for the Rumble channel. Just a quick look at the actual live TV quality, and yeah, it is pretty good. In terms of the other apps, you do have the speed test app. So as you can see, because I had it wired, it basically just kind of maxed out as to what it can achieve, because it's a fast Ethernet, not a gigabit Ethernet, so it will max out at 100. Now coming on to the top row of apps, and you do have a sort of marketplace, and this just saves you having to log into the Google Play Store and having to sign in order to download certain apps. So these are the ones that come bundled in this marketplace, and then you can just simply one-click install. So I'll show you that now. As you can see, you just choose whichever app, you hit download, and then it does the normal Android TV thing where it'll ask you to install, and then you can either hit done or open. So yeah, everything's very simple and easy to use. As I mentioned earlier, you won't need the instructions because this is so simple to actually use. If you do want to rearrange that top row, you just click on the icon, drag it across, and then in order to go back or exit out of this sort of edit menu, you hit the back arrow or the back function. Finally, I did do a quick test on YouTube as well, and the quality playback on that was very, very good as well. Playback very quickly, very smoothly. As I mentioned before, I did have it with a wide Ethernet connection, so that's what I would probably expect. Overall, the box does exactly what it's meant to do, and yeah, anybody looking for a Android TV box for live TV, VOD, and 7-day catch-up, take a look at this. I will have more details on my Rumble channel, so do head across there after you've watched this video. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos. And I really appreciate if you can also give this video a thumbs up as well. And until the next one, thanks very much for watching.